Hi everyone, it's Sierra from The Home Blondie, and this video is going to be all about how to reset for the new year to get you closer to accomplishing your goals. So right now while I'm filming this, it's New Year's Eve, so I've taken the week from Christmas to today to not really work on anything new, but just think about what I wanted to accomplish last year and if I did or if I didn't, and why I did or why I didn't. And I feel like I have narrowed it down to 9 main things that I think really help you get you closer to your goals. So that is what we're going to be covering in this video. I'm also going to be writing a blog post on thehomeblondie.com, so you can refer back to it there if you like these tips and need a reminder. But right now it is almost 3 o'clock and I'm running into my afternoon slump. So let's go and make a coffee and then we will hurry up and do this video before it gets too dark in my bedroom. So for Christmas, I got an espresso machine. So I'm still just using the pods that came with it. I think today we're gonna try a double espresso because it is New Year's Eve. So we're planning on going to like a late dinner. So I don't really know like what we'll get into tonight. Probably nothing. We'll probably just come home after dinner, which honestly would be fine with me. But yeah, we're gonna try this double espresso. All right, so now I'm just gonna pour in my milk and some creamer. I am not like a super mature coffee drinker. I'm getting better, but yeah, we're gonna finish making my little latte here and then we will head back into the bedroom to my desk to talk about how you're going to reset for your new year. Oh my gosh, okay, this is my first time making a latte with my Nespresso and I'm still trying to figure out how to use it, but next time I do this, I'm definitely going to steam the milk. I have like a different frother machine that heats up the milk, and I have to do that next time because this is like totally lukewarm, which I guess I could add some ice to it and make it like an iced latte, but it honestly looks like I'm just drinking a cup of milk. Okay, now that we are caffeinated, that is actually really good. We can get into the tips, but before I start, I just want to say a lot of people don't like to set New Year's goals or resolutions. If you're watching this video, I'm sure that you do, but I actually never did goal planning or anything for the new year until probably 2 years ago. So I really started doing this when I started my blog and I like have a direction that I want it to go and what I want it to be able to do for me like long term, and I know it's a long game. So I knew when I started it there were like certain things that I would need to do to get it up and running, and to be able to do that there were also like some lifestyle things that I would need to change because I don't have all the time in the world to work on this. And yeah, I also got like married 2 years ago, so there were just like home and lifestyle things that I wanted to work on as well. So anyway, these are things that I have kind of implemented like over the last 2 years that I think have really worked. But I know some people just like to do one goal for the new year or one word for the year. And I think that those are really simple, great things to do too. This is just what has worked for me. But tip number 1 is to make a vision board. So I actually did this last year and I'm just gonna show it like super quickly because some of the things on here I have accomplished or they have happened, and then some things have not. And so anyway, this is kind of like what I do. So I basically go on Pinterest and I will download images. Maybe it's just an inspiring quote that I want to remember, or maybe it's something that I want to happen. Like I did write in specific stats and things that I wanted to hit for like my blog and my YouTube channel. But then other things are just kind of like a vibe for the year. This is so cheesy, but I have like a group of girl like friends on here because one of my goals for the new year was to make some new friends, which sounds so funny, but I did actually make a couple of new friends, but for the most part, I guess grew stronger friendships with the friends that I already had, which is great too. But yeah, that was just kind of a vibe for the year that I wanted. It wasn't a specific goal, like I need to make 5 new friends. It was just, I wanted some more like friendship in my life, I guess. So that is one thing on here that happened. I also have a picture on here of my dream bathroom, which we didn't do this year, but we are starting that project in 2 or 3 weeks. So it's okay if like everything on your vision board doesn't happen right away. I just kind of try to think of things that I want to happen in the near future. And I did hear someone say, which I can't remember who it was, but they said when you're doing your vision board, you should think of it as like raising your hand and then raise it just like a little bit higher. And that's what you should put on your vision board. And that is basically what I try to do. So then I just printed this out and hung it in my closet so that I would see it every day. And I think doing that is really great because a lot of times you set like New Year's resolutions and then by the end of the year, you like cannot even remember what you wanted to do. So I think it's great to print it out, but you could also just put it like as the background on your computer or on your phone, just so you're seeing it often and like really remembering what you want to be working towards. My second tip is to create micro goals that will help you hit your main goal. So for example, I'll just say one of mine. So on my vision board for last year, I had 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and that did not happen. And I think I'm gonna end the year with like close to 800. So I totally could have done it, but I really didn't have like a plan or a strategy for how I was going to get more subscribers on YouTube. I totally believe that there's something to like manifestation and just believing that something can happen for you and that it will, but majority of the time you actually have to be like putting in actions to get what you want. So this year I still have that 1,000 subscriber goal, which I know I'm going to surpass that because I think I will probably get there in like the next couple of weeks. So basically like my micro goals that I'm going to do to get to 1,000 subscribers and more is having like scheduled time in my calendar for filming videos and editing them. And then I'm also going to have a content calendar so that I know like exactly what type of video I'm going to make. So yeah, those are like my micro goals to hit my bigger goal, which is 1,000 subscribers. My third tip is to get a new planner, but even more than just getting a new planner, figure out what type of planner works for you. I have learned what works for me and what doesn't. So I'm really excited to try this new one because it has the month view. So first you basically like plan out your whole month, and then it has a section for your monthly goals, which I think is really cool. So there's like 3 goals that you can come up with, and then like the steps that you need to take to like accomplish those, which was kind of what I was just saying in my last tip. And this is really like what I have been doing, and this is the part that I feel like is perfect for me. So you have a to-do list, and then you also have an hourly schedule. So in every other planner that I've had, it's only been like one or the other. And I feel like just by having a to-do list, it takes you longer to get things done, but I like being able to make a to-do list and then filling it in hourly. So I think that format works really well for me, but then also having those extra layers of like planning your week and planning your month, I think that is going to be really helpful. And then in addition to that, like I really do prefer having a paper planner, but I really need to figure out how to use Google Calendar, which I probably sound so old and stupid saying that because I know everyone uses Google Calendar, but I just did not like it when I tried it before. But there have been times where I have like double booked myself or something because I didn't have it like written down yet. So I'd like to have like those 2 different types of planners for appointments and stuff, and then also for like my day-to-day. So that's my tip, is to figure out what type of planning or planner really works for you. Tip 4 is to create a morning and a nighttime routine. This is the thing that I feel like has truly changed my life. And I was never really a routine person before. My husband was more of a routine person, and it would always drive me crazy because I was just someone who kind of went with the flow of things. But I read the book Atomic Habits, and I think that this is where I learned this. But in that book, he basically says that all day you're having to make so many decisions. Like you have to decide what you're gonna wear, what you're gonna eat, like just so many little things that it just creates like so much stress in your brain, and there's not enough room for thoughts for like making big decisions. He says it obviously a lot more eloquently, or I guess writes it, than what I'm saying right now. But yeah, that like flipped something in me. So especially a morning routine, if you just kind of have your morning like on autopilot, you know like exactly what you're gonna do. It just really sets your day up for success. But I feel like in order to have a good morning routine, you first have to have a good nighttime routine. Like for me, I would stay up way too late doing things and then not get enough sleep and then wake up late and be rushing. So I would start with the nighttime routine. And the way that I did this is I went into the notes section of my phone. The notes section of my phone is like my diary. I write so many things in there. But anyway, I would have like a note for my nighttime routine, and I would have like a checklist, and I would have it time blocked. So it would be like 7 a.m. to 7:15, get out of bed, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, whatever, like, and then after I did that, I would like check it off. And then the next one would be like 7:15 to 7:30. Let the dogs outside, fill their bowls, take my vitamins, like, you know, so I'm like literally time blocking, like, you know, 15 minutes, a half hour, 30 minutes, up until I have to like leave the house to go to work. Your nighttime routine, you can even have an alarm go off on your phone at like 8 o'clock. That's like start your nighttime routine, and then have it from like 8 o'clock to whenever you go to bed of like the things that you want to do before you get in bed. So yeah, that is tip number 4. Tip number 5 is to clean out your phone. So I don't know about you guys, but whenever I start to get that message on my phone that I'm running out of storage, it is so irritating. So I feel like it's great to just start out the year with a fresh, clean phone. So go through your photos, go through your old text messages, delete apps that you're not using anymore. I even went through all of my subscriptions, and I deleted a ton of subscriptions that were maybe just like $1 or $2 every month, but like I wasn't using them. My husband did this too, and he actually found that it was only like a couple of months, but we were actually paying for this like scam thing that started out with $1 a month, and then it actually went up to like $30 a month, and we had paid for it like 2 months, I think. But anyway, like it's just really helpful to go through your subscriptions and make sure you're not paying for things that you don't want to be paying for. And then also go through your social media and unfollow people who have just been irritating you all year long. So I do this a lot. My favorite thing in the world is the mute button on social media. So there are so many people that I just have on mute because things that they post just like do not inspire me. If you feel like you're spending a lot of money, like unfollow boutiques or influencers who only post about like things to buy. Unfollow anything that is like triggering to you on social media. For me, like I know people complain about like social media like not seeming like real life or whatever. I actually don't mind that because I love going on social media just to be inspired. Like Pinterest is my favorite thing to look at, but I just want to see like pretty pictures, and I'm not into like all of the drama that people will post on social media or just like negative things like making people feel bad. So yeah, just make your social media a very inspiring thing to look at. I mean, you're basically like creating your own entertainment. So don't follow things that you don't want to follow. I'm starting to lose sunlight, so I just keep moving like closer and closer to my window. But tip number 6, I kind of clumped in with tip number 5. So it was cancel your subscriptions, which I already kind of talked about, but like other subscriptions that you might have are like streaming services. I know we have like a million. We have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. Like, I feel like we can really simplify that. But you might have other subscriptions. Like, I know I was paying for something on my Kindle that I wasn't really using. So like, yeah, just basically go through all your subscriptions because they are very tricky in getting you to spend so much money every month without even really realizing it. But tip number 7 is to clean out areas of your home that have been driving you nuts all year long. For me, I know it's been our linen closets, which is where we have like our linens, our towels. We keep like toilet paper and just like random junk I throw in there. So that's actually going to be one of my first projects of 2023 is like a linen closet makeover. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you see that, but also just go through like your junk drawers or maybe like your beauty cabinet, like where you keep your makeup and skincare and stuff, and just like throw away old stuff that you're not using anymore. I feel like doing that is just so refreshing for the new year. Tip number 8 is to rearrange your furniture. This is something that is so fun and I feel like just brings new energy into a space, which is perfect for a new year. And it also just helps with creativity. So I've actually already done this. I could not wait to do this. I'm planning on doing more in our living room once we take the Christmas tree down. We haven't done that yet. So I started in our bedroom, which I don't film in here a ton. I do like a little bit, so you might notice that it looks a little bit different. But I'm really wanting this to be my main work area this year. So I kind of like revamped my desk space and I'm already feeling like I'm more inspired to just sit here and get work done. So that is tip number 8, to rearrange your furniture. We are finally to tip number 9, my last tip for how you can reset for the new year. And it's a very important one, even though it seems very simple. And that is to start meal planning and having a grocery shopping schedule. This is so important because I feel like everything revolves around how you feel and like your nutrition and just making sure that you are in like a good space with like your eating habits. I know like if we don't have groceries and I'm like getting fast food a lot or just like eating on a lot of snacks, it makes me feel horrible and then I can't accomplish my goals because I'm just like not feeling good. So this is something that I am still trying to perfect because it's so silly, but like having groceries and making food, it is like a huge part of life, obviously. But I feel like I have spent so much energy on just like thinking about what we're gonna have for our meals, making sure we have the ingredients, and then like taking the time to make everything, that this is just an area that I've been like trying to figure out how I can just like simplify it. One thing that has been like super helpful for us is I have made a meal plan. Okay, this sounds intense. I've made a meal plan for the entire month, but it's really not that deep. I've only come up with like dinner ideas for like 4 or 5 nights a week. So you can come up with dinner ideas for just 1 week and then just repeat it every week for the entire month. That is so helpful. I've also gotten really into just ordering groceries online through Kroger and then going and picking them up. That has saved so much time, obviously. But I will say something that I think would be very helpful is if I have a day of the week dedicated to ordering groceries and picking them up. That way I'm like always having our fridge stocked. I feel like I'm making this sound like the stupidest thing. Like, obviously everyone has to get groceries and cook, but that's just like an area of life or like a responsibility that I just do not like. So anyway, those are 9 tips on how to reset for the new year. Of course, I'm a little biased. Those are like things that I am personally doing or have done. So I hope that they don't sound like too simple or too like stupid to you. But yeah, I hope that those help you reset for the new year so you can start fresh and inspired and really be able to set yourself up to accomplish your goals. And again, I'm going to be posting these tips and writing about them on my blog, thehomeblondie.com. I'm honestly not the best at like talking and coming up with words, so I feel like sometimes what I'm trying to say comes across better in writing. So you can go read my blog post, and if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe so that I can hit my goal this year. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Bye.